And this is why people think plyometrics are dangerous. It's not because plyometrics are bad, people just skip steps. Let me show you the right way. All right, longevity athletes, welcome to episode 4, our plyometric progressions. Now, most adults don't get hurt because jumping is dangerous. They get hurt because they jump before their body is ready. Athletes don't just jump, they earn the right to jump. So let's jump into section 1 where we're gonna work on landings, earning our right to jump. Now, level 1 is simple. We've done level 1 before. It is our snap downs, quick feet, good posture, hips back. We wanna make sure that we're able to absorb that landing, hold balance, hold the posture all the way through the movement, and start building those reps out. If you can't own this, your body's not gonna allow speed later on. And in the grand scheme, that's what plyometrics are. They are fast force. But if your joints don't trust how fast you're moving, your nervous system is gonna shut down the power. Now, once you've mastered that static control, we go into our dynamic control, which we wanna do from different planes of motion. Now, we add a little jump, we stick the landing, find our balance for 3 seconds, hold that, reset, go again. And again, we wanna do that in different planes of motion. So we can go lateral, you can go diagonal, you can even go backwards. If you're thinking about the landing, you're not quite ready for the landing. So keep the jumps small, stick them, and make sure we're holding that balance. Doing this tells me how your joints handle force, not necessarily how strong you are, and that is more important for plyometrics. Level 3 is gonna be all about reactive control. Can you stop, stick the landing on a cue, right? Whether that be your own personal cue or not, we don't wanna think about the landing. So again, we're gonna keep those plyos simple, get back to those pogos. Can you stop and stick on a dime without thinking about it? Could you be jumping rope, one leg at a time and just stop and stick? Are you able to do your lateral line hops? Stop and stick, knees track, hips back. This position becomes ultra natural. And remember here, if you have to think about the landing, just slow down. Focus on your rhythm. The rhythm comes when the natural position of the landing is there. Now let's go back into building that elasticity here in section number 2. Now, some of these we have done before. Obviously, the goal here is to progress. We start simple with elasticity with our pogo jumps, right? We barely want those heels to touch. We want to work on that rhythm and be able to find that motion. Now, if you have a jump rope is perfect for this. So grabbing out that jump rope, finding that rhythm, coordinating the upper and lower bodies, doing those small pogo hops. Gonna get you some conditioning, but allow you to start building out those low-level plyometrics. Obviously, we can increase those to medium and high as you go. And now make sure you're on this one. This is not a calf workout. It is for rhythm, it is for timing. Now, as we progress, level 2 is speed and consistency. This is not about height. We need to earn the right to go higher. Speed and consistency come first. So if we're talking pogo jumps, obviously we're just looking to go a little bit faster, being able to find that rhythm, right? If we're thinking of our lateral line hops, our side to sides, speed comes first. We got lots of different patterns we can work, bring you back to those athletic days, be able to get the job done here. Now remember, the thought process is, if rhythm breaks, we stop. But your goal is to go as fast as you can. We have laterals, you have forward and back, you can go diagonals, you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get creative with these. This is back to old school athleticism. This is back to your childhood. This is what made you athletic in the first place. And now moving into step 3 of this section, we are looking at elastic transfer. So now we're gonna go back into our quick rhythmic patterns, but are you able to transfer that elastic energy into a bigger jump and then continue your small jump? So again, finding some rhythm now, finding a sub-maximal effort jump. So if we're going side to side hops, can we find our rhythm on the side to side hops? And then bang, transfer that into a jump. The lighter you feel, the more successful you are. Again, we can do pogo jumps into a bound and stick. Again, did I feel light? Did I feel heavy? That dictates where we're at. And please remember, through this section, this is where we have fun. There is no right or wrong answer. There's so many different planes of motion to work within. Get creative with how you're jumping. Get creative with how you're jumping out. Just focus on rhythm, speed, sticking the landing, sub-maximal work. We're not trying to go maximal yet. All right, let's move into section 3. This is gonna be our safe power. We're gonna do sub-maximal jumps for height, your broad jumps, your vertical jumps. They're gonna start building you out for height and power, but keeping it sub-maximal, not quite to that max intensity. In this section, quality beats ego every single time. Again, we're not trying to be heroes. Get some good jumps, stick those landings. You're trying to train your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, everything to be able to feel that motion, work within your proper range, build the ability to stick those landings, build confidence, and then we build from there in terms of height. All right, as we progress, sports don't happen in straight lines. Sports don't happen on 2 legs. So as we're progressing here, we're thinking, start doing your lateral bounds, right? Just a nice, easy lateral bound with a stick. Have to be able to control the landing, not thinking about the landing. If you're thinking about the landing, smaller jump and stick, right? Smaller jump and stick. We can go from those. You have diagonals. You can work through diagonals. You obviously can work on a forward hop, which is great. You can drop to one knee, work on skater jumps. If you really want to work on landings, drop right back into that next knee. So we're going side to side. So many different options, multi-directional, to make sure you're becoming that athlete you once were. Why is this section so valuable? Because multi-direction work exposes those weaknesses. This is gonna give you an idea of where you're weak, where you will potentially need more mobility, and that's gonna allow you to build up this power even better. And now kind of our final big step, kind of where we're trying to get to, is reactive jumps. This is where people start to feel, I feel athletic again. I feel like I can move again. And that's gonna be obviously stringing together jumps, which we've kind of done a little bit of, obviously with like our side hops into a jump, but we were still focused on those landings. Now we're more focused on the rhythmic ability to continue a jump at those sub-maximal heights, sub-maximal distances, depending if it's a lateral jump, right? So if we're thinking just skater jumps, obviously now, not going huge, but we're looking for that quickness. Can we start, shrinking it, but can I pick up the speed, right? Can I start feeling athletic really side to side? That's a good sign. Can I work into my squat jumps where I'm feeling nice and springy through my legs? Can I do little hops forward that allow me to feel springy as well? So now it's reactive. Now we're starting to move. Now we're building up that dynamic athleticism again. Remember, we don't progress our plyometrics by jumping higher. Progress them by earning control, earning speed, earning flow. Med balls, jump rope, direction, all just tools for you to use. Progression steps that you never lose, that you never stray from. That sets you up to stay healthy. Skipping these steps, that's what makes your joints pay the price, especially after 30. Remember, you're not 20 anymore. We got to earn that right back. This only works if your spring system is online. That's why episode 3 comes first. And exactly why episode 5 connects strength to all of this. Next episode, we connect strength to power. So your lifts actually show up when you move, and you're not just out there grinding reps every day. If this made jumping feel safer, please hit that like, comment which level you're on right now. Never settle with yesterday. Let's go, longevity athletes. I will see you in the next episode. Take care.